What's your they'll never live this one down story? So I'd been trying to pass my driving test for like 4 months. And no, before you say it, I wasn't a terrible driver. I just had the absolute worst luck. First test, my tire went flat in the middle of the route. Second test, this random thunderstorm came out of nowhere and the examiner got too spooked to continue. I'm not even joking. The third time I showed up, I was sitting in my car outside the DMV just trying to breathe and not throw up from nerves. That's when Linda showed up. Linda lived 3 houses down from us. She was one of those people who acted like she owned the whole neighborhood. You know the type. Complained about everyone's grass being too long, called the cops on kids for skateboarding, posted passive-aggressive notes on people's cars if they parked even slightly in front of her driveway. She hated me ever since I was like 12 and accidentally backed my bike into her mailbox. I told my mom the same day and we fixed it, but Linda never let it go. She'd bring it up at block parties, at the grocery store, anywhere she saw me. So there I am, already freaking out, and Linda pulls up to drop off her son for his permit test or something. She sees me and immediately gets this smug little grin on her face. She walks over, taps on my window with her giant acrylic nails and goes, "Oh wow, third try? Don't screw it up again, sweetie. Third time's the charm, right?" Then she actually laughed and walked away. I wanted to die, like truly just evaporate. My examiner came out a few minutes later. Nice older guy named Ron, had this clipboard and a coffee thermos. We did the usual stuff, checking mirrors, turn signals, all that. Then we got to the parallel parking section in front of this little plaza with a Starbucks and a dry cleaner. I nailed it, like absolutely perfect. I was so relieved I almost cried, and then I heard yelling. Linda was outside the Starbucks absolutely losing it on this poor barista. The girl looked maybe 17, and Linda was screaming about how she specifically asked for oat milk, and they gave her almond milk, and now her whole day was ruined. People were staring. Ron looked over and shook his head, made a little note on his clipboard. I thought he was marking me down for something, but he just muttered, "Some people, I swear." Then Linda spotted me through the window. She pointed at me and yelled loud enough for half the parking lot to hear, "Hey, still pretending you know how to drive." I felt my face go red. Ron looked at me, then at Linda, then back at me. I don't know what came over me, but I just said, "Can I show you something real quick? It'll take like 2 minutes." Ron seemed confused, but said okay. I pulled around the corner into a quieter spot, pulled out my phone and opened my dashcam app. I'd installed it after my second failed test because I was paranoid about getting blamed for stuff that wasn't my fault. I pulled up a video from 2 days before. It was Linda in her massive white SUV flying through a school zone doing like 40 and a 20. Then she flipped off a crossing guard who waved at her to slow down. Then the video showed her pulling into a fire lane at a shopping center and running into a nail salon while kids and parents had to walk around her car. Ron watched the whole thing without saying a word. When it finished, he just went, "Huh, that's the same woman?" I nodded. He made some notes on his clipboard, didn't say anything else about it. We finished the test. I passed. I literally almost cried in the parking lot when Ron signed off on my paperwork. I went home and told my parents and we got pizza to celebrate. But here's where it gets good. 2 weeks later, my mom came into my room laughing so hard she couldn't breathe. She showed me this post on the neighborhood Facebook group. Linda had been fined for like 6 different traffic violations. Speeding in a school zone, illegal parking, reckless driving, the whole thing. Apparently someone had submitted dashcam footage to the city's traffic complaint website and they'd reviewed it and sent her tickets in the mail. And someone, I'm not saying who, had printed out screenshots from the video and posted them on the community bulletin board at the grocery store with a little caption that said, "Reminder to drive safely in school zones." Linda's face was clear as day in the driver's seat. She tried to figure out who submitted the footage, but the complaint portal is anonymous. She went on Facebook accusing like half the neighborhood. She even knocked on our door once asking if we had any dashcam footage from that day because she was trying to prove she was framed. My dad told her we didn't have anything and closed the door. The best part? Her car insurance apparently went up a ton because of the tickets. She had to take a defensive driving course. And every time I saw her after that, she'd just stare at me like she knew but couldn't prove anything.